See You at Work Tomorrow episode 12 brings the series to a satisfying and emotional conclusion by proving that success is not measured only through promotions or impressive job titles. Instead, the finale focuses on something much more meaningful. It asks whether it is possible to build a successful career without sacrificing love, family, and personal happiness. By the end of the episode, almost every major character finds a new beginning, while Siwoo and Ji-yoon finally prove that their relationship can survive both workplace pressure and life's unexpected challenges. The episode begins with Siwoo making one of the biggest decisions of his life. He tells Ji-yoon that he intends to resign from CM. For someone who has always approached work with complete dedication, this decision comes as a surprise. However, Siwoo explains that the company's political environment has slowly drained his passion. He no longer wants to spend every day navigating office power struggles. Instead, he wants to step away, rest, and discover what he genuinely wants to do next. Ji-yoon immediately finds herself caught between two emotions. As his girlfriend, she wants to support whatever makes him happy. As his colleague, she knows how valuable he is to the company and wishes he would stay. Rather than pressuring him, she promises to help him figure out his future, even though she knows the company will never accept his resignation without a fight. She turns out to be absolutely right. When Siwoo informs President Han about his decision, the reaction is immediate. President Han refuses to lose one of the company's most capable employees. She pressures the Human Resources Department and executive No Jin-chul to convince Siwoo to stay, even threatening No's own position if he fails. No's first solution perfectly reflects the toxic culture that drove Siwoo toward resignation in the first place. Instead of addressing the deeper problems, he simply fires Manager Ko, believing removing one unpleasant manager will magically solve everything. As Manager Ko leaves, he cannot resist making one final sarcastic remark towards Siwoo. Siwoo's response becomes one of the episode's quietest but most meaningful moments. He simply comments that perhaps both of them deserved better bosses. It is a remarkably mature response because rather than celebrating someone else's downfall, Siwoo recognizes that poor leadership affects everyone. Outside the office, another challenge begins. Ji-yoon's mother continues trying to arrange blind dates for her daughter because she still knows nothing about Siwoo. By complete coincidence, Siwoo arrives at one of those meetings after believing he was supposed to meet Ji-yoon's mother instead. The awkward misunderstanding convinces both of them that hiding the truth can no longer continue. Ji-yoon finally tells her mother everything. Unfortunately, the conversation does not go as she hoped. The moment her mother learns that Siwoo is divorced, she immediately rejects the relationship. For her, his past becomes more important than the person he is today. Naturally, Ji-yoon feels deeply hurt by the reaction. Once again, Siwoo responds with patience rather than frustration. He reminds her that relationships with family cannot be repaired overnight. Instead of demanding immediate approval, he promises they will move forward one step at a time. That quiet confidence perfectly reflects his personality throughout the entire series. Meanwhile, the finale also gives satisfying closure to the secondary romance between Noah and Jaein. Earlier, it seemed their relationship had ended because of career differences and uncertainty about the future. However, Jaein begins reflecting on everything they shared together. At the same time, Goo-won makes one final attempt to win Noah back by confessing that he intends to leave his current relationship for her. Noah immediately rejects him. She makes it perfectly clear that she loves only Jaein and even threatens to contact the police if Goo-won continues bothering her. Before the confrontation escalates, Jaein arrives and steps between them. The reunion that follows beautifully mirrors the beginning of their relationship. Jaein agrees to continue dating her under one condition. If they ever feel the relationship truly stops working, they promise to let each other go honestly instead of holding on through resentment. Noah happily agrees. Their reunion demonstrates how much both characters have matured since they first met. Back in Siwoo's story, he also begins trying to earn Ji-yoon's mother's trust in his own unique way. Rather than making dramatic speeches, he quietly sends her vitamins and health supplements. When she later visits the repair shop, he explains that he simply wants the people he loves to remain healthy. For a brief moment, it appears he has finally won her approval. Then another obstacle appears. She learns Siwoo is leaving his prestigious corporate position. Instantly, her opinion changes once again. From her perspective, walking away from such a successful career seems irresponsible. Thankfully, Ji-yoon finally speaks openly about how deeply she loves him. Seeing her daughter's sincerity softens her mother's attitude considerably. Although complete acceptance does not happen immediately, the relationship begins moving in the right direction. The emotional center of the finale arrives when Siwoo officially resigns. He tells Ji-yoon that the following day will be his final day before submitting his resignation papers and using the remainder of his annual leave. However, before leaving, he gives President Han an important flash drive. A flashback reveals where it came from. Jong Hae-nyu previously entrusted Siwoo with evidence proving that No Jin-chul and manager Ko accepted bribes connected to company business. Even more significantly, the evidence also implicates one of Siam's vice presidents. By handing over the flash drive before leaving, Siwoo ensures President Han finally has enough evidence to begin cleaning corruption out of the company. It is the perfect final contribution because instead of walking away in anger, he leaves the organization in a better position than he found it. After completing his paperwork, Siwoo prepares to leave quietly. Instead, he discovers that his colleagues have organized a farewell celebration. The team reflects on how much he has changed since joining them. Once considered distant and emotionally unavailable, Siwoo has become someone who genuinely values friendship, teamwork, and the people around him. His farewell feels less like someone leaving a workplace and more like a family saying goodbye to one of its own. Following his resignation, the series shows one of its most emotional scenes. Siwoo lies peacefully inside his apartment, enjoying sunlight without worrying about meetings, deadlines, or office politics. Meanwhile, Ji-yoon continues working. While mentoring a new employee, she catches herself repeating lessons Siwoo taught her throughout their time together. Realizing how much she misses him, she suddenly begins crying. Later that day, she visits his home carrying flowers. She congratulates him on graduating from corporate life. Instead of words, Siwoo responds with a gentle kiss. The finale also repairs another important relationship. Youngmak finally apologizes to Haekyung during a quiet dinner together. Rather than giving an elaborate speech, he simply tells her he wants to remain by her side until the end of their lives. He even jokes that he hopes to outlive her by only a single day because he cannot imagine living without her. The heartfelt confession successfully repairs their marriage, proving that sincere honesty often means more than grand romantic gestures. The final act moves several months into the future. The flash-forward reveals that Siwoo did not simply quit working. Instead, he followed his passion and founded his own company. His new startup is called See You Tomorrow, where he develops innovative automobile audio technology. Rather than working inside someone else's organization, he finally builds something entirely his own. Ji-yoon also achieves one of her biggest professional dreams. She receives her long-awaited promotion and becomes the manager of the newly revived Future Household Appliances Task Force. Kitae and Nari now work alongside her, showing how much the entire team has grown together. The final scene perfectly captures everything the series has been trying to say from the beginning. After work, Ji-yoon meets Siwoo for a walk. Just like the first time they truly connected, she stumbles, and he catches her before she falls. The callback beautifully reminds viewers how far their relationship has come. Siwoo then takes out an engagement ring and prepares to propose. Before he can finish, Ji-yoon surprises both him and the audience. She also pulls out a ring. Instead of waiting for him, she proposes first. The moment perfectly represents their relationship. Neither person leads. Neither follows. They move forward together as equals. After exchanging rings, they laugh about how busy their lives still are. They have no idea exactly when the wedding will happen because work continues demanding their attention. Yet that uncertainty no longer matters. The series has never argued that love requires abandoning ambition. Instead, it celebrates finding someone willing to walk beside you through both ordinary working days and life's biggest moments. Overall, See You at Work Tomorrow ends on an uplifting and deeply satisfying note. Every major character experiences meaningful growth, toxic workplace politics finally begin facing consequences, broken relationships are repaired, and both love and career find a healthy balance. Siwoo discovers that true success comes from building a life on his own terms, while Ji-yoon proves that professional achievement and lasting love do not have to exist separately. The final walk together reminds viewers that even after promotions, career changes, and marriage proposals, life continues one ordinary day at a time. Sometimes the happiest ending is simply knowing that no matter how demanding tomorrow's work may be, there will always be someone waiting to walk home beside you afterwards.